Good morning. It is a Friday, and I was thinking I want to make a stream. I want to make it cozy. Alright, I'm using the touch liner. It's a brush pen and it is purple, so I think it totally fits the vibe of this drawing. This drawing is part of my bundle. Um, you can find the link in the bio. No, in the description. Probably also in my bio. I should check that out. But in the description of this video. So I hope the audio is alright. It's been a long time since I streamed, and I got my coffee, and it's just going to be cozy. So there's not going to be any music. I'm just going to be inking. And I don't know where to start. When I started this stream, for some reason, Roshi got the zoomies. So my goal with these tracing pages, and I've been obsessed with them, is to just create some type of distraction that doesn't involve a phone or a screen, but just keeps our minds of the daily chaos and the daily issues without it being like, without the consumption of our minds, in a way. Alright, I don't think this is the best brush pen that I've used. I've used the Faber-Castell one with, hold on, wait, my other creations are right next to me. So I've used the Faber-Castell brush pen with this drawing, and I think it looks way better. Like this one's probably water-based and this one's probably ink. So that's going to be the difference between those two. And I would highly recommend actually this one. I already don't really like this brush pen so much, but we're just going to keep going. I've already seen some people in the community draw this one, or redraw this one, or trace this one, and then color it. Actually, that is way more than what my goal was with tracing pages, but it's so cool to see the colored versions. And I've already had like my own finished version of this one, and I don't have an example right now, but the fact that you're having your own interpretation of the drawing, not necessarily knowing what the finished result looked like, is just so fun to watch. And it truly makes me incredibly happy to see the results of your creation. So I actually hope that my settings are all well, that you can see the crispy lines and that the audio is well. So if you're watching this or rewatching this and you have any feedback, you can always let me know. You know, the fun thing with these coloring pages or these tracing pages is that you can just redraw them as much as you like. You don't necessarily need to have everything perfect from the first time. You can just reprint them, or you can just reopen them in your drawing software, and that's all fine. Like, you can just try out what works for you and try out what any material that you like. In this case, I'm using this purple brush pen, and it's the first time ever that I'm using them. Okay, these will be challenging because usually I wear glasses and I feel like my eyes are not focused on the tiny bit, so hopefully it works out for me. And somehow, oh, hold on, I will just adjust my lights and hopefully I don't have to draw my own shadow anymore. I'm just testing out like streaming, or maybe I should make videos instead. I'm just figuring out what it is exactly that I like and what content that I can make that fits me and doesn't keep me like glued to my screen for too long, because my goal is to just have a creative life but also take you with me on the journey, and I want to find what content fits me that still, I don't know, that I still feel creative with, because there was a long time that I felt like making reels, for example, or shorts, it didn't really do it for me creatively. I just felt drained by having to push out content, and usually the content that you saw online was also like the fast paced content, like they just create a video very fast, or they just talk for a few minutes and that was it. Like, there was no editing involved. But as an artist, you somehow have to like record your process, and then you have to edit a lot, and that was that was very draining at a certain point. So I'm still looking for what I like best. And I feel like for me personally, it is very important to have the connection, like the connection with the community, and talking with you guys is so amazing. And I used to stream on Twitch back in the day, and I really enjoyed that. The thing was that it was also starting to become like this thing that I started doing daily, and then Twitch started to make cuts, and in my opinion, after a while, I didn't feel like being treated in a fair way by the platform. I don't know how it is right now because I see some streamers go back to to Twitch. Some people that I streamed with back then, they went back to Twitch. So I don't know how it is right now. But I also don't know if I want to go back to Twitch. Honestly, I think I like YouTube as a platform better. It's just way harder also to stream on here because streaming is like not the main purpose of YouTube. So I'm going to leave the videos up after I've streamed, and I hope that people will still find me this way. And maybe I will go back to just making videos, but I was so annoyed by the fact that I recorded them with my phone because I wanted to try out filming my stuff or filmmaking. I don't want to say filmmaking because that's definitely not it. I don't feel like I'm filmmaking. But my iPhone, for some reason, has issues with storing the videos. Either the videos are too high quality or I'm like trashing my phone with videos and photos and everything and not cleaning it up, which I know I'm guilty of. But it was so annoying to film and then midway you get cut off because your storage is full. And I actually some other people had the same issue, but there was no easy way to resolve that issue. If you wanted to be gone, you just have to clean up your phone, and that's apparently not really easy to do if you've never done it before. So either I spent hours on end cleaning my phone, or which I did actually, I did, and then I had to record other videos, and then I stumbled onto the same issue, and that was just so annoying. And I think that's the reason why I decided to stream, because I already had a webcam, I had the software, and I don't need to use any storage for it. I just have to have a good computer, like a decent computer and streaming software. So here I am. And this way, like on YouTube, the video just stays on the platform, which is amazing. I'm definitely not a huge fan of this brush pen. I'm not gonna lie. or maybe I'm not using it with the right paper, but since the other brush pen reacted very well to this paper, I was like, okay, it's just going to be the same effect. Yes, it isn't. It's fine. Is it trials and errors? And maybe you will watch this and say like it actually is perfectly fine. I have this reaction like with other creators that I watch. They will see their own flaws or their own frustrations with their artwork, and then I'd be at the other end of the screen saying like, actually looks very good. I wouldn't have complained about this. So it's way different if you see it from the viewer's perspective sometimes. Oh, I'm so sorry. I haven't looked at the chat. Hi, Steve. Good morning. And Shokapik. Hi. Jumping in quickly while working from home. That's great. Oh, I love that. So, how are you guys feeling this morning? It's Friday morning. I don't think we can really complain. I would complain about the weather, but that's just me being a summer child and my own personal issues with this season. Hence the tracing pages. I need some time to relax, or I need some tools that help me relax. So that's why I came up with these. Mm, I will just keep going from. Okay, maybe I'll need to do these because I'm afraid that this brush pen is not drying so well, or maybe it is because it. I see it bleeding a little bit. So I'm afraid if I move too quickly or when I would like brush my hand over the lines, fresh lines, that I would smudge them out, and I don't want that. I am good, Steve. Thank you. I had the flu last week, and somehow it's not going away. That's a bit annoying. Other than that, I'm very good. I'm just relaxing this morning, and I'm setting the tone for the rest of the weekend, hopefully. So that's what I like to do. Also, I think it will help me do these tracing pages in the morning, and I'm going to tell you why. I think it will improve my productivity in a way. Um, or at least I want that. Um, when you start your day finishing something, and I'm not saying like some huge task, but in this case, I'm just drawing my tracing page and I can feel that the lines are already going smoother, while when I just started, it was like pretty rusty. I was like, okay, maybe I should not have streamed this because it's the first lines that I'm drawing this morning, and they're rusty. So I'm just practicing in a way right now, which is good, right? I thought the stream would be at 9 p.m. No, I'm not that productive anymore. I think by the evenings, So I am doing it 9 a.m. Just a morning stream. I tend to wake up a lot earlier these days than I would when I was like in my mid 20s, probably. I remember when I first um, worked as an artist, I would do like all nighters, and I just cannot do those anymore. They drain the life out of me, and I'm not I'm not in that um period of my life anymore, sadly. Uh, by now I'm practically, yeah, done for the day by 9 p.m. All right. Oh, this is from here. Okay. I like these little fingers. These old people. Yes. I sometimes feel like I can retire anytime soon. Just because I appreciate the silence, and I appreciate the comfort. I appreciate just staying home. Um, yeah, I think the most active thing that I would do these days is just grab something, like grab some dinner or something, and that's the ultimate event of the week then, probably. But staying home, drawing, just watching some things on my computer, or just playing Dreamlight Valley is what I also do these days. Um, Sometimes I look at Roshi, and Roshi's my cat, by the way. If you're watching this and you're new, um, Roshi's my cat, and I've had her for, so I'm self-employed for 8 years. In November, actually, it's going to be 8 years. That's crazy. Um, but Roshi's 11, so she was. I'm so sorry for the traffic, by the way. Well, it's not like I can help it, but um, and when I look at her, she this morning apparently she had the zoomies, which doesn't really happen so often anymore. But she decided to have the zoomies, and I was like, okay, so today you decide to be active. Um, but usually she's just sleeping all day, and the only activity that she has is like she would um, sit on a chair, or she would go on her like scratching pool. I don't know what the exact translation of that thing is, but um, they scratch this thing, and she has this little platform on top of it, and she would sit on it. But the reason that she would go there is either to sleep or for me to brush her fur. And it's the best thing. And I would tell her like, seems like we're getting old together. She's 11 now, so yeah, the most activity is definitely gone from her system. I had this laser here, and she would she still would sometimes run after the laser, but not so much as to when she was little. this is super relaxing. The only thing that I would probably add to the vibe here is a little music, but um, I don't want to have a copyright strike, and I also don't want to sit here listening to music, not saying anything to you who's watching. So it'll just be me, you, and my busy mind. But the good thing is, I have to talk now, so I cannot think about my to do list, or I cannot think about other things that still need to happen today, so that's good. I'm distracted either way, but in a good way, because I'm not scrolling, so that's good. That's really good. If you're wondering, I do find myself sometimes scrolling on my phone for too long. Not really, and I know that I would get the reaction like, it's your work, you have to be on your phone, and that's true. But I also shouldn't scroll for hours on end. That's just that's just a waste of time. So I noticed that I would be on my phone for way too long, not doing very productive things. And I don't want to make that like some kind of phone addiction. I never wanted to be that person, and I don't think I am. I can remind you if you like. You're allowed to do that too. I really wouldn't mind. You can tell me that I need to close off my apps and get off my phone. Oh no. Okay. I might as well finish this carpet now. It seems like this pen is actually drying very fast, so maybe that could be like the issue, that the paper soaks up this ink way too fast. I think this brush pen would be ideal to use with like Bristol paper, which is very smooth. But I don't always like to draw on Bristol paper, so I like the paper to be textured a little bit more. And this is already like pretty smooth paper, so I don't know. Mm. So if you guys have any ideas for like cozy activities with apparently rainy, gloomy weather, then you can definitely let me know. Because I'm trying to avoid any seasonal sadness. And so far, it's working pretty well, and we're halfway through October. Um, but I know we still have a few months to go. Like we have a few months that will be very hard on my mental health for I don't know whatever reason. Because I didn't used to have it so much. Like it it didn't affect me so much up until the point that I moved here. And I don't know if it's the fact that there's not so much light in in this place, but there wasn't much light in the previous place either. So I think the only thing that changed, I think, was the fact that I was way more creative back then. And what I mean is that my workflow was different. Like, I would draw a lot more and faster. So that's kind of what I want to work towards as well, with by making these drawing, like these tracing pages. I think I will move faster when it comes to drawing, and I also want to kind of fine tune my techniques a little bit. But I do think with practice you always improve. I think I just need to draw more often. And also somehow I think I challenged myself a lot more back in the days, but there is so much more allowed to. And I think I feel a bit too restricted these days, but thankfully I have Patreon. So Patreon is really important to me. I am also going to do like a little birthday stream. It will be a lot more interactive, and it will only be with Patreon. So I'm looking forward to that. Oh, and of course, my birthday will be at the end of November. So that will also be when I will be doing the stream, and we'll probably like play some games and have some chats. Gosh, I already look forward to it. I cannot really explain how happy I will be to just like play games with everyone. And by that I mean like I have these Jackbox games, so everyone can like join with their phones. Like I have the games, but everyone can join for free with their phones, and that's so fun to do. I also worked on really amazing projects as well, by the way. I cannot really complain at all. I have worked on a puzzle that will come out. I think it will come out for pre-order in November, and then it will go. It will be available in stores. I think in the beginning of December, which will be. Oh, am I? Am I? It's like my catchphrase. It will be amazing. That it'll come out in stores. We have like this huge bookstore in Belgium, and my ultimate dream was for my products to someday be available in those stores, and now they will. I don't know what else is on my Planet Prudence bucket list, but secret or Prue world domination and such. I wish, I wish Prue would somehow be a bigger voice again. But I think in the last few years, I kind of lost my own voice in a way. Um, and I'm slowly reclaiming it back. I wouldn't say like world domination, although Prue would do way better than some people who are dominating some certain parts of the world. um, I think I'd come up with a few world peace ideas, but I don't think that's the goal of the world anymore. World peace. Sadly, though. Um, I hope one day the world will become a bit better again. Even a little bit would go a long way. call it afterwards. I think the moment when I think it was it 2 years ago or maybe a little less. I had all these notifications and all these emails from Facebook, and they just took down the majority of my art. And even though it was like body positive and other rules applied when I posted them, they weren't allowed on the platform anymore. So they basically flagged my account in a way and put some restrictions on it. And I thought it was so unfair because I didn't draw it with when their new rules applied, and their new rules were like no artistic whatever, you know bodies showing. I don't want to use the word, but yeah, everything has to be so curated these days. Like you can really not show your art in its purest form anymore, except probably on Patreon. I think that's the only platform where you're allowed to just post your art the way it is without alterations. And that still gives me the most amount of freedom. But sadly, posting on Instagram is like not doing it for me anymore. It's like, okay, I'm posting here because I want to get people to follow me on other platforms. Like YouTube, for example, is a very nice platform, and I wish I could use it a lot better. I wish I could just like make videos or do streams and find my way. And I'm going to publicly searching for my way on YouTube. I have no shame. It's fine. So I'm going to look for my way on YouTube, find and figure out what it is that I like, because I really want to use the platform. And I think the interactions that I get to have with you are so much nicer on here. Like, we actually get to talk, we get to have these personal interactions, and that's really nice. And we get to draw together, we get to like have cozy moments together, and that's also what I miss on Twitch. It was just so fun. We had a very good time there, and I kind of want to find that same vibe back. And hopefully I get to do it on YouTube, because I don't know if I will go on Twitch again. I don't know. This is so relaxing. I wish you could feel how I feel right now, because I'm zoning out every now and then I realize that I'm streaming, and that's what's happening constantly right now, and this is how I want to feel. I think this is what human is supposed to feel like. if you recognize this, but like when I'm scrolling on the phone, sometimes I get so distracted. Like time is flying by, but at the same time, you don't feel like you actually have like accomplished something. You actually didn't want that for yourself. You didn't want time to fly by, and you didn't want to consume all these things that you actually didn't want to consume. Bye, Steve. Have fun. Yeah, we'll talk later. Thank you for stopping by as well. So yeah, I would have the brain fog, which was incredibly annoying. Like sometimes, like during the scrolling, I would like zone out, but not in a good way. And I don't know if anyone can relate to that, but it just didn't feel healthy. Let me check here. I love how I already feel like my lines are getting way smoother, even though the brush pen is like not really working my favorite today, but my line work is a lot more natural. And I think when I will continue my drawing projects after this stream, like the ones that I'm working on, like I have to make a few comics for, I have a brand partnership that I am working on that I need to make a few comics for, and I have yeah, I have to make another comic for another partnership as well. So um, I think it will go a lot faster now that I had this practice in this morning. So that's going to be really nice, and I also feel so much more relaxed. Like this morning, I woke up and I was looking at my to-do list, and I was like, I have a pretty full to-do list. Do I really need to do this tracing page this morning? As if it was a chore, but of course it wasn't. But I was looking forward to it, but at the same time, I was not granting myself the relaxation before um, actually starting on the rest of my to do list. So by the way, if I'm like taking a little break, it's probably because I'm expecting the mailman. Paperlike has sent me their new screen protector. Like apparently they have like a new screen protector, which I'm dying to try out. It has this butterfly effect as well. So for application, you just like they made it in a way that you just basically have to flip open the screen protector when you apply it. I'm very curious about how that works. So that should arrive today. It's always nice receiving those types of gifts. I also swear by those screen protectors, by the way. I don't think like when I purchased my iPad I think in 2020, and I haven't used it until almost 1 year after because I couldn't get around to drawing on glass. And then I started like I was thinking like either I'm not going to use this iPad ever and I just wasted some money, or I'm just going to try and see if this paper like screen protector is actually going to do it for me and will change my experience with drawing on the iPad. And it actually did a lot. Like it made such a significant change. I really didn't want to draw on the glass. I'm just going to color them all. Yeah, that will be way better. Um, and the moment that I started to use them with the screen protector, it was just way different. It was just like drawing on paper, and that changed the entire experience for me. And ever since I've been using my iPad consistently, yeah. I would go so far as to say that I couldn't. Okay, no. It's not like I couldn't live without my iPad anymore, but I could definitely not do my work as well without my iPad anymore. As well or at all, actually. I cannot even imagine how I did it before, but it's fair to say my work wasn't as. Or my workflow wasn't as efficient as it is now with the iPad. Mm. I want to add some of her hair maybe here. Alright, this is already like going somewhere, I feel. Right? We're more than halfway through, so that's good. Hi, Klonoa. How are you? We're having a little cozy stream today. It's me tracing this Halloween page. I have it in my tracing slash coloring bundle. I basically use these pages to trace. Like, it's my own art, and this is the one that I finished like last week. So basically the only thing that I did here is take my my line work, then made some tracing pages, and then reuse them now to trace for my own like relaxation. And I also offered them in a bundle. Like, I bundled them and have made them available for the community as well, but I love them too, so I was like, maybe I should start streaming them. um, and it's Friday today, so I was like, it's the end of the week, we should definitely do something relaxing, and so here we are. Oh, thank you. Thank you. So, what brings you to this channel? I haven't seen you so much around, right? And also, I've asked this before. It's it's fall, and I'm not really that much into fall. So, if you have any relaxing activities that you can do, like at home, or not in the rain at least, then you can let me know. I want to try out, I want to learn to love fall. The fact you're drawing with pencil and paper IRL is also awesome. Thank you. Well, for this one, I'm using the touch liner. So basically, what I do is I had um, these tracing pages. They're digital, so you can actually download them and you can use them either digitally or print them out. And so I printed them out, and I'm using them with some different materials just to check out what paper reacts with what material. So that's pretty cool. And today I'm using this touch liner, and for this one, so this is the same type of paper, but this is a different pen. This one was the Faber-Castell Pitt Artist Pen Brush, and it actually worked really well with this paper. I had the feeling like it actually added a layer on this paper, whereas the touch liner is it's a lot more it's a lot cheaper, uh, but it also reacts like I feel like the paper is soaking up the ink a lot more, with the result that you have like n- the crisp lines are not really here today. They're not in the building today. They're not with us. Um, but I just move on with this piece, and next time I will just try something else. How long does this kind of art take to make? So the tracing, we're here for let's see, I think an hour now. So this is what I've done in an hour, but to create the original piece, you have to come up like with an idea, then you have to sketch the thing, then you have to fine tune it, and it can take up to um oh my god, sometimes I'm working on a piece for days, but with the tweaking and the adjustments, and then not being happy with this type of color or this color palette, and then switching it up and everything, uh, it can take up a lot of time to come up with this type of drawing from scratch and then all the way to the finished piece. Oh, drawing this after a single hour is really some high skill art. Thank you so much. I've only been tracing it though. As you can see, there are lines here, and as I mentioned, I've been self-employed for 8 years, so drawing is really my full-time gig, and this is also just relaxing for me. So I'm here just to relax, and to brainlessly trace some of my own art, and just putting the brain out for a little bit before I move on to the the projects that I still have yet to finish for like partnerships and everything, where I do have to come up with a new idea from scratch. So that's a little bit, that will be a lot more challenging to do. Um, and I need to come up with a new idea. And I think that's probably the hardest part of the entire process. Um, in what year you start drawing? And I'm a digital artist, and I started in late 2018. uh 2018 was a great year to start. I've been self-employed full-time since 2017. um I started drawing, oh my god, I cannot remember that I ever was without like a sketchbook and a pencil, or paper and a pencil. I was very young when I learned that I wanted to be an artist. I always wanted to be an artist, always. Um, yeah, I cannot remember. I cannot remember I was ever not into art or not into drawing. And even my older brother, he was in art school. He's 11 years older than I am. So even when I was very little, I was constantly browsing his sketchbooks, and I was like, I want to do that when I'm older as well. So, um, this is my childhood dream, and I've always drawn. So I drawing has started since the beginning of time for me, but full time and as a job since 2017. And I started posting online in 2016, so it went pretty quickly. And I'm now like searching for a way because I feel like my creativity got like burnt out between now and after the pandemic, I would say. Um, yeah, and so I'm just searching for my way back to it. Way back to also how to combine creativity and the business aspect of it, because it's nice. Like I love that it's my job, but at the same time it's also it's a quest. It's really looking for the right balance between work and creativity, and I felt like at a certain point it became too little, like the creativity became like pushed to the background in a way, and the business part took the upper hand, and there was a lot of admin that I prioritized, and not so much the creative side of it, which led to me feeling incredibly burned out with my job. So I'm now looking for ways where, also with posting content and everything, that feels creative to me, because I need that. I need that creativity, and I need that exploration and experimentation. And these pages help with that. Like, I'm using new materials that I otherwise wouldn't use, because what if I use them and they don't fit well with like the paper that I'm using, for example. Or I would take my iPad because it's a lot more efficient, but I'm not trying out new materials anymore. And I need that aspect in my life as well. So that's why I'm streaming today too. Like, I'm using new materials and it's fun. I love the connection I have. I love to talk with you. So um, that's very important to me. Wholesome story. Hope you get even better at drawing. Thank you. I want to keep improving as I go, and I want to keep improving like for as long as I possibly can. And I took out some drawing technique books again that that have collected dust over the years, I have to admit, but I felt like there was no time for that, which is absurd, right? Because it's my job. I should make time for that. And it's my passion. So, yeah. 2020 was awkward, but it was also the year that helped me getting better at art, because I spent the whole year in house drawing. Exactly. Exactly. It was amazing. I mean, not the period itself, but the fact that you could stay home and it was just you and your passions, and it was just you and the things that you loved, and you and the books, and you and the internet, and for us being like homebodies and drawing and being on the internet, it was an amazing time because there was no outside chaos, and there was no um, nothing else that kind of occupied our minds, except for like the pandemic and everything, and those issues in the world. But we have issues in the world right now as well. Like, the world um, is arguably even worse off now than it was back then. So definitely, yeah, I totally understand. And after that, I felt like I got burned out so much. Like, the pandemic happened, it was like my creativity was thriving, my business was thriving. I mean, I can't, like, there was a continuous flow of creativity, and then real life happened again, and I had to find my way back to, balancing being social and I think I evolved so much as a person in during the pandemic that I I really had issues coming back to real life afterwards, and I feel like I'm still looking for the right balance. I feel like socially I have found a real good balance right now, but still, the creative sides, I'm still looking for it. I'm still looking for my place, also on the internet, and um, yeah, just to be seen. You need to put yourself out there. Um, you need to take up your space, and it somehow is easier during that period than right now, at least for me. A question: if you miss a line or anything in the art, do you do the whole thing again or can you fix it? Because IRL art is very different from digital. Yeah, you cannot just undo, which is, um, in a way, it challenges you in a whole different way. Like, sometimes you just pivot and you redraw a line. Like, okay, I'm going to show you something. I missed a line in this one, and it was like right here. I don't know if you cannot tell, like, if you look at it as a whole, you probably would not know that I missed a line here. But I missed a line here, and the perspective is entirely off. And it was, as you know, I was just this far, and I was like, oh no, do I do the entire thing like again, or do I just keep going? And my challenge was to keep going because I cannot give up like midway. And so I pivoted. I redid the line. Your art is pretty, so I can't spot the mistake. Thank you. I know it's there, but you kind of pivot and you learn from it. Like the next time you draw something else, you learn from it. And with this illustration, I don't like the brush pen, the interaction with the brush pen with the paper. But I'm like, okay, I want to see what the end result would be, and I will most likely be happy with the end result and be happy that I pulled through. So, but it's different when you're doing it for a client because um, I would always um, go for my digital tools. Like I, if I create a piece for a client, I always do it digitally, just because there's, even if there is room for mistakes, they also have these I say it like these correction rounds, and when they decide that they want a different color, you know, before I use my iPad, I would do it traditionally. I would just either redo the entire piece or I would change the colors in Photoshop, which was an entire, like, that was a chore, I'm telling you. And also I use Copic markers for traditional artwork. So sometimes when you refill a Copic marker, which you can't, don't let anyone tell you that you can't, because they will try, trust me. I went to an art store like few months ago and they told me like you cannot refill but Copic markers. I was like, of course I did not explain to them like how you can refill them, because I was like, okay, I don't want to be the smart ass here. But yeah, sometimes when you refill them they bleed a little ink, if you don't let them sit for a little while, because they have felt tips and the felt tips soak in the ink. But if there's excess ink sometimes it plays through, but you kind of have to figure out how to measure and how many drops you need to refill your markers and not overfill them. Um, but yeah, in the beginning, I had to figure out how much ink I needed to put in the containers, or in the markers, if I wanted to refill them entirely. And uh, sometimes I would have like an ink blotch, and I had to redo that entirely in Photoshop. And that was a chore. I would not redo the entire comic though, because comics are really like they're fun to me, and they stop being fun when honestly when Instagram and Facebook and Meta had changed their terms of service. I was so disappointed because half of my art got removed from the platform. So here's the thing: when you add colors to your IRL art, how do you do it without messing up? Because when I tried to make IRL art, but coloring was so hard. Like, you mean like you pick out the wrong colors, or the coloring, like you mess up the line, like when you color and it's like outside of the lines or something? Because when I have used a color that I afterwards don't like, adding colors in general, yeah, when I use, like, sometimes it happens when I use a color and I'm like, oh, that was not the color that I expected it to be. I I don't change it up necessarily, or I always have to digitize them to post them online, and that's when I would like play with my saturation a little bit, and then oftentimes you can just select the color that you messed up with, and you can just tweak it a little bit until it's like a more vibrant color or something. So there are ways around it, but if it's like a color that you are not sure about, I would always like keep look. It kind of looks aesthetically pleasing if you look at it like that. It's like almost an artwork in and of itself. But that's my swatch page. That's my current one. It's a little bit dusty though, because I haven't used it in a little while. I don't know why, but that was my last swatch page. And when I'm trying out colors or even like pens, I would just put a little uh, put a little bit on here to check out if that's the color that I want to use. That's pretty helpful. But even then, it can you can still mess up. Like, um, yeah. I don't know what materials would you use if you would color traditionally. Now I feel like where's all the dust coming from right now? I got my swatch page from underneath the dust. Hi Jay. Oh, thank you. That's so kind. Thank you. Even though I draw digitally, thank you for giving me info in the first place. Absolutely. If you have any questions, I'm very happy to answer them. I love this connection, and I love to talk to you. Mm. Oh, I pronounced your name right. I love that. Also, it's a very cool name. Do you make art too? I would love I would love to see you guys' art, by the way. I have a Discord. I don't know, do you guys are you guys on Discord, or are you guys already like part of my Discord? Otherwise I will hold on. I will um there you go. You should join my Discord if you want to share your art. Um what's your favorite marker color pencil brand? Oh, okay. That's not even a hard question. I have used so many color pencils. My absolute favorites are the polychromos, and um, the markers are Copic markers for sure. But I've also tried Ohuhu markers. Like I have the entire collection. I have like a big collection of Ohuhu markers too. I have a big collection of Copic markers, and they're probably the best ones. Like for me, Copic marker is definitely number one. The Copics I'm for. I know. I've been saving up like for um, almost a decade of Copic markers right now, and I always refill them as well. So if you purchase the refills, they're pretty expensive. Like you would purchase like refills for your printer, but um, you actually go like they last a very long time. Speaking of Discord, so can I like send some of my digital art to your Discord for fun? Absolutely, yes. I have a dedicated channel to post your own art, and you can definitely do so. I would love that. Absolutely love that. I love watching other people's artwork. And if you ever decide like to get my bundle or anything, and you're redrawing them, please post them as well because that makes me super happy to see. I'll download Discord right now. Yay! So basically, I should do these streams more often, right? Is it not scary drawing with marker only? It kind of is, um, but it also challenges me in a way. So I need to have this. Um, I need to have this challenge. Otherwise, I feel like I'm just not improving. So I've been like, especially now, it's only since very shortly that I started to challenge myself again with these new things. Like I've made these tracing pages for myself just like to experiment with new materials, but also as a way to like stop scrolling and go back to something that is actually relaxing and doesn't rot my brain but fuels me in a way. So I came up with these tracing pages, and yeah, I don't think I will color them so much because I just very much love inking, and that is the thing that calms me the most. When I would draw, like when I would color something, I would probably make an entire new uh, illustration, like from scratch, and then color it myself. Um, but yeah, for these, I don't know, the experimentation and the challenge is so much like it's so much fun. Like it's okay if you make errors too, because I can just reprint them, and it also allows me to be um less afraid to make mistakes in my other artwork. Before I send my art, is it okay if I send it to you DM? Yeah, absolutely. You can definitely send it to me through DM as well. I really don't mind. But there's also like an entire dedicated channel on Discord too. If you want to share it like with other people, listen to Art Talks, edits, and draw the good of God. Oh wait, I need to. I need to. I need to see that because I don't know what to think of that. Like I cannot picture anything with that description, or I can actually picture a lot of things. It is done. Thank you. I will check it out after the stream and then I will DM you right back. Is that okay? I'll post later. I love that. I'm already looking forward to seeing your artwork. Don't you think that most artists are nice and calm? Um, Probably. I think I think in a way you find your calm in art. Um, I would not say I'm the most calm person. I'm easily stressed out, for example, but art keeps me sane, keeps me calm. Does that make sense? Like I can so easily get stressed out by life and the world and um, feel a lot of emotions when like unfair things are happening, and it can totally impact my day. It can impact my moods. Um, Sometimes small things get to me, you know. Um, but arts really calms me down, and I can also translate a lot of my feelings in my artwork. Drawing in general is a free therapy, but I'm sure people still have some heat moments outside art. Yes, exactly. Hold on, I'm expecting. Um, no, that's not it. I'm expecting the mailman with my new paper like screen protector. And I'm like, I have like one ear open at like the front door. Um, but yeah, it's not them. 100% okay. Do whatever you want. But okay, thank you, Kalanoa. I will DM you right back after the stream. I promise. Hey, what tablet do you guys use? And what drawing software? I'm very curious. I mainly use Procreate as as a drawing software on my iPad, and I have like this iPad Pro from 2020. But I already hear people say that their software, like their updates, are already not um, supported anymore, and like I'm dead afraid that that's gonna happen. Send this on extents. What? Use my phone? What? That is crazy. Like, one of my best friends, she also used her phone and she was making these incredible things. I was like, you cannot do that. That's that's like self-harm at a point. That's not okay. Uh I was like, okay, you need to get yourself an iPad in a way. You need to save up for an iPad, and she did. She has an iPad now, and she makes incredible things. I'm so happy, and she's so happy that she made the investment too, because she was already drawing so much on her phone. Um, you love traditional. I mean, if you love traditional, I would say like go all in on whatever you like. Um, Either if it's traditional, if it's on your phone, like you have no idea how good you will be on a tablet if you're already like drawing on your phone. And I want to see your creations. If you want to send them to me, or on the in the Discord, like in the channel, um, I look very forward to seeing them. At the moment, I have an Honor Pad X8. Ooh, I have to look that one up. I went to buy an Xiaomi Pad 7 for both drawing and gaming. I use my fingers to draw, but I will switch to a digital pencil in the new tablet. Yeah, I mean, if you're using your fingers right now, you have no idea what you will do with an actual digital pencil. Uh, that's incredible. You will be able to work so detailed with a drawing pencil, especially after using like your fingers to draw on a either a tablet or um, yeah, or even on a phone. Like if you can find yourself a stylus for a phone, I think that will be a lot more efficient too. I don't save for that much. I have this self control. I have like a hard time knowing like I don't really spend that much. I don't know why, but other people have like I want this and I want that, and like for me if I want something it's probably something convenient or something that I really need, and it's not really tools or like I feel like I have everything that I want and that I need right now, and yeah, thankfully, because life got a lot more expensive. But I think that's also the thing. Like I feel like I'm constantly like in some kind of survival mode that I don't get to want anything. um, because if I want something that I mean, I'd better use it on like life stuff, and you know. Yes, absolutely. Grateful for what you have. But also it's okay to want things. I wish I had that feeling of wanting something, because as I said, like seem to not have it anymore. Not even like I'm so obsessed by books, and it's been so long since I really 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 wanted a book. We're almost done, I think. Oh yeah, there's still some candles here. It's also okay to want things. I always spend the last hour of my nights before sleeping searching up that new tablet that I want. Ah, like, apparently it's really good to do that because you're actually in your sleep. You're in like this state, and I've actually read that a little while, not too long ago. You're actually in some kind of, I don't know if it's like alpha or beta state, and when you're thinking about things that you really want before going to bed, you're actually manifesting them in a way. So I really hope you get the tablet very soon. Okay, so still some more candles to draw. And then what do you say? Like next Friday, do we meet up again? Should I stream more often? This is like my first stream in a very long time. So, um, it will be really awesome if you keep streaming. Oh, thank you. I would love to see you back though. It was so fun catching up with you, getting to know you, talking with you. This is a type of social interaction that I that I live for. I wish I was as good as both of you. Oh, thank you. I'm sure you are. I mean, you have to share your art with us, and then we can also enjoy your work. There's like, this is a time when like all the big trucks pass by, and I don't know if you can tell, but sometimes my camera shakes a little bit. It's because of the trucks passing by, and it like the entire building's shaking. Chatting with people online who do the same hobbies as you is enough to make my whole day. Same. Same. That's why I wanted to stream today. I was hoping to get this type of interaction, and totally makes my day. I feel so ready for the rest of the day, honestly. And that's thanks to you guys. So thank you. Thank you for making this stream so wholesome. I literally cannot wait for the next one. we're done, guys. I'm gonna download Discord, but I will stay till the stream ends. Thank you. Don't forget to open the link that I send in the chat though, because or I think I also have the link in the description. Yeah, I think I also have the link in the description to my Discord. I'm not sure, but I think I have. But yeah. Okay, we finished it. What do you think? The second grave that you drew looks nice. Thank you. Thank you so much, Klonoa. I'm so glad you like it. I really love drawing this with you guys. This was amazing. Thank you so much for joining me. It was an incredible, lovely stream. I hope I can reconnect with you guys on Discord. I also have a Patreon if you want to join that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing your artwork, and I'm very much looking forward to live. What do you mean? What do you mean, Dre? Yeah, I very much look forward to reconnecting with you, and I will probably go live again either next Friday or somewhere in between. I want to make this a weekly thing for sure. And maybe like more frequently as well. Like I really want to make videos again too, but in a way I feel like I still have yet to figure out what type of equipment to use. Because my phone is really not the best to record with, and I always have storage issues, which frustrates me so much if I'm filming. So yeah, I'm looking for a way to create videos more efficiently, you can say. It's done already. I know. I've been streaming for almost 2 hours though, so this took me 1 hour and 40 minutes to finish. That's crazy. But yeah, I feel like especially by the end, my lines got a lot more fluent. Don't end it. Yeah, I'm going to download Discord. Yeah, go ahead. Um, if this is the end of the stream, that was funny and a fun and silly stream. Take care, everyone. It was so fun. I had so much fun. Yeah, I feel like in the beginning I was kind of rusty, and by the end it like just flowed, and I absolutely love this feeling. I love to end the stream with this feeling right now. I feel so refreshed. I feel so relaxed, cozy. I feel like I can literally draw for the rest of the day and keep this vibe ongoing. So that's really really nice. I will be back in your next stream. I hope to see you guys back in the next stream. Like, let's meet up next week, Friday, same time. All right, that would be amazing. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on Discord, maybe Patreon, maybe Instagram, maybe in the meantime. But I'm sure going to be seeing you again next week, Friday, same time. All right. Bye bye. Thank you.